Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Priyanka Hare Priya Mataji. We will begin now. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrind ki jai. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to today's Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita reading. We completed reading chapter 3 of the Madhya Lila. That was Lord Chaitanya's pastimes in the house of Advaita Acharya. We're going to begin chapter 4 of Madhya Lila. Sri Madhavendra Puri's devotional service. Summary of the chapter. In his Amrita Pravaha Bhashya, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives the following summary of the 4th chapter. Passing along the path of Chhatrabhog and coming to Vriddha Mantreshwar, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reached the border of Orissa. On his way, he enjoyed transcendental bliss by chanting and begging alms in different villages. In this way, he reached the celebrated village of Remuna, where there is a deity of Gopinath. There he narrated the story of Madhavendra Puri, and as he had heard it from his spiritual master Ishwara Puri. The narration is as follows. One night while in Govardhan, Madhavendra Puri dreamed that the Gopal deity was within the forest. The next morning he invited his neighborhood friends to accompany him to excavate the deity from the jungle. He then established the deity of Sri Gopalji on top of Govardhan hill. He established the deity of Sri Gopalji on top of Govardhan hill with great pomp. Gopal was worshipped and the Annakuta festival was observed. This festival was known everywhere and many people from the neighboring villages came to join. One night, the Gopal deity again appeared to Madhavendra Puri in a dream and asked him to go to Jagannath Puri to collect some sandalwood pulp and smear it on the body of the deity. Having received this order, Madhavendra Puri immediately started for Orissa. Traveling through Bengal, he reached Remuna village and there received a pot of condensed milk, kheer. Kshira, offered to the deity of Gopinathji. This pot of condensed milk was stolen by Gopinath and delivered to Madhavendra Puri. Since then, the Gopinath deity has been known as Kshira Chora Gopinath. The deity Kshira Chora Gopinath, the deity who stole the pot of condensed milk. After reaching Jagannath Puri, Madhavendra Puri received permission from the king to take out one mound of sandalwood and 20 tolas of camphor. He got permission to take out of Orissa, one mound of sandalwood and 20 tolas of camphor. Aided by 2 men, he brought these things to Remuna. He brought them to Remuna. So he's on the way back now. So he went to Jagannath Puri, he collected in Jagannath Puri. Now coming back again on the way, he stopped in Remuna with these things. Again, he saw in a dream that Gopal at Govardhan Hill desired that very sandalwood to be turned into pulp mixture with camphor and smeared over the body of Gopinathji. Understanding that would satisfy the Gopal deity at Govardhan, Madhavendra Puri executed the order and returned to Jagannath Puri. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu narrated this story for Lord Nityananda Prabhu and other devotees and praised the pure devotional service of Madhavendra Puri. When he recited some verses composed by Madhavendra Puri, he went into an ecstatic mood. But when he saw that many people were assembled, he checked himself and ate some sweet rice prasadam. Thus he passed that night, and the next morning he again started for Jagannath Puri. So Chaitanya Charitamrita is in sequence. It actually goes in sequence. Same with Chaitanya Bhagavat. No, Chaitanya Bhagavat also. But the thing is, you have to talk about. So in Chaitanya Bhagavat, what happens is you're reading about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then there's parallelly what's happening with Nityananda Prabhu. So then we read about the glories of Nityananda Prabhu for some time, and again we catch up with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes like that. But anyway, the last thing that we read was that Mahaprabhu took sannyas, and after taking sannyas, he desired to go to Vrindavan, and he traveled only for 3 days, and then Nityananda, so he's traveling with Nityananda Prabhu and Chandrasekhar, Acharya Chandrasekhar, I think Mukunda. So Nityananda Prabhu tricks Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to go to Shantipur, saying that was actually Vrindavan. And then ahead of time, Nityananda Prabhu sent message with Chandrasekhar Acharya to go and bring the devotees from Navadvip, like that. So then, and he also sends message through Chandrasekhar Acharya to Advaita Acharya that Mahaprabhu is coming. That's how Advaita Acharya was ready to receive Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Shantipur. And then he brought Mahaprabhu to his home. And that's what we read in the previous chapter, the festival for several days in Advaita Acharya's home. And from there, by Sachimata's request, now Mahaprabhu is going to make Jagannath Puri his headquarters. So he's walking off towards Jagannath Puri. So this pastime is on the way to Jagannath Puri. And of course, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami made it clear that the details, exactly one place after another, where Mahaprabhu went and what happened, these details are given in Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat. So those topics which are not elaborated by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, those topics are going to be covered by Sri Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami. So therefore, he's highlighting on this particular pastime here, that about the pure devotional service of Madhavendra Puri. So on the way to Jagannath Puri, Mahaprabhu stops at Remuna. Remuna is the place of Kirchor Gopinath. So that's what we are going to read. So while he's there, then he begins to relate the pastime of the deity Gopinath stealing condensed milk for his devotee Madhavendra Puri. And then after that, the Lord and his devotees continue again towards Jagannath Puri. So that's the storyline. Right? So now let's read one by one. यस्मै दातुं चोरयन् क्षीरभाण्डं गोपीनाथः क्षीरचोराभिधोऽभूत् श्रीगोपालः प्रादुरासीद्वशः सन् यत्प्रेम्णा तं माधवेन्द्रं नतोऽस्मि. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Madhavendra Puri, who was given a pot of sweet rice stolen by Sri Gopinath, celebrated thereafter as Kshira Chora. Being pleased by Madhavendra Puri's love, Sri Gopal, the deity at Govardhan, appeared to the public vision. So this is the prayer offered by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So let's read the purport. Bhaktivinoda Thakur annotates that this Gopal deity was originally installed by Vajra, the great grandson of Krishna. Madhavendra Puri rediscovered Gopal and established him on top of Govardhan hill. This Gopal deity is now situated in Nathadwara and is under the management of descendants of Vallabhacharya. The worship of the deity is very luxurious, and one who goes there can purchase varieties of prasadam by paying a small price. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Madhavendra Puri, who was given a pot of sweet rice stolen by Sri Gopinath, celebrated thereafter as Kshira Chora. Being pleased by Madhavendra Puri's love, Sri Gopal, the deity of Govardhan, appeared to the public vision. I'm not sure this verse is directly composed by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, because Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami writes in Bengali. Generally, we see that. And if it is a quote from somewhere in the purport, Srila Prabhupada gives that this verse is from such and such book. So that's not mentioned here. But Srila Prabhupada is saying, Bhaktivinoda Thakur annotates that this Gopal deity was originally installed by Vajra. Okay. Jaya Jaya Gaura Chandra Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Nityananda Prabhu, all glories to Advaita Prabhu, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. Niladri Gamana Jagannath Darshana Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya Prabhura Milana Esaba Leela Prabhura Dasa Vrindavana Vistari Koriyachena Uttama Varnana. The Lord went to Jagannath Puri and visited Lord Jagannath's temple. He also met with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. All these pastimes have been very elaborately explained by Vrindavan Das Thakur in his book Caitanya Bhagavatam. Sahaje Vichitra Madhura Chaitanya Vihar Vrindavana Dasamukhe Amritera Dhar. Sahaje Vichitra, Vichitra Madhura, exceptionally sweet. Naturally, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes are exceptionally sweet. Sahaje Vichitra. Vichitra means amazingly, actually, right? Amazingly, wonderfully, sweet. By nature, Mahaprabhu's pastimes are so sweet. Vrindavana Dasa Mukhe Amritera Dhara. And when they come from the mouth of Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, they are just like a river of nectar flowing. By nature, all the activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are very wonderful and sweet. And when they are described by Vrindavan Das Thakur, they become like a shower of nectar. Shower. अतएव ताहा वर्णिले होए पुनरुक्ति दंभ कोरी वर्णि जदि तैच्छे न शक्ति न ही शक्ति अतएव ताहा वर्णिले होए पुनरुक्ति. Now Vrindavan Das Thakur's narrations from Chaitanya Bhagavat are Mahaprabhu's leelas themselves are very sweet, wonderfully sweet, naturally. And when spoken by Vrindavan Das Thakur, they just become like, like a continuous flow of nectar, right? You're just a shower of nectar. Now, if I say the same things what Vrindavan Das Thakur has said again, right? You write another book and you say exactly the same things in another book. Then it becomes, there's a problem called redundancy. The problem is called punarukti. Punarukti means you're saying the same thing, repeating the same thing again. There's no need. It's already said in one place. You have to refer to that place, isn't it? So if somebody wants to know, refer to this. And you can quote it like Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami quotes, right? You can quote and say, this is from Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur's Chaitanya Bhagavat. You can refer there. But you elaborately describe the same thing which was already described. What is the point? There will be punarukti. If I say the same thing again, then it becomes punarukti, especially when you're publishing a book. You want to offer something more, something which was not said already, you want to say that. Punarukti. So that will be the, if I say the same thing, and already it is so sweet, what there's nothing that I'll be able to add. It's already at the limit of sweetness, right? Coming from Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. So Ataiva Taha Varnile, if I describe what he has said already, Hoy Punarukti, it will be a repetition. Dambha Kori, Dambha means out of pride. Dambha Kori Varniyadi. If I describe it out of pride, like, okay, that is his version, now you look at my version. How nicely I am presenting. That is pride. Dambha Kori Varni Jadi Taiche Nahi Shakti. Right? Then it's not nice to do that. And I don't have the powers to do that either. Like, I cannot transgress that rule, and out of pride to say the same thing out of pride, I don't have the power to do that. I cannot do that. Damba kori varni jadi taiche nahi shakti. I don't have that type of power. Nor can I present it, like Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. I don't have the power like that. So therefore, I very humbly submit that since these incidents have already been nicely described by Vrindavan Das Thakur, I would be very proud to repeat the same thing. And this would not be very nice. I do not have such powers. Right? If I said the same thing, it would simply show my pride. And that would not be correct. I don't have the powers to present like that. Chaitanya Mangale Jaha Korila Varnana Sutra Rupe Seilila Koriye Suchana. Sutra means like we have the Vedanta Sutras, Brahma Sutras. Means it's like a sutra means like a capsule, right? In a small capsule, there's so much kept. That has to be decoded, right? It has to be unfolded. And then you can understand. There's so much inside it, but it comes to you in a small, capsule. Like that. Sutra is like that. In one line, one phrase, you say something. Vedanta Sutras are like that. Each Vedanta Sutra has so much commentary, elaborate commentary on just one small sutra. I mean, you can imagine the genius of the person who can put so much inside, right? True eloquence is truth spoken concisely. True eloquence is truth spoken concisely. You use minimum words, but within that, the truth, the absolute truth is there. If you are able to present like that using few words and you give the essence in few words, that's actually eloquence. So, heights of eloquence is Srila Vyasadeva giving us the Vedanta Sutras. And here also, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. He's giving the whole pastime, which is described elaborately by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, he gives in a sutra form, just to indicate, so that the pastime will progress, right? So what happened next? This happened. Like we saw in Adi Leela, the childhood pastimes. He doesn't go into any details because they're already elaborately described by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. So he just gives us sutras, small, one line, finished. Of course, Srila Prabhupada mercifully, because then we don't have, when Srila Prabhupada was writing, we didn't have access to Chaitanya Bhagavat. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has said, yeah, you refer to Vrindavan Das Thakur's Chaitanya Bhagavat, but we didn't have in English back then. So Srila Prabhupada, painstakingly, in the purport, gives us, still he gives, how much can you write in the purport? Then this book will become too bulky. That's another problem. But still, Srila Prabhupada gives us the purport of that pastime in his purports. So we are not completely deprived of, that pastime. But to relish more, Srila Prabhupada said that, in future he would like to translate Chaitanya Bhagavat. But besides Chaitanya Bhagavat was already, commentary was given by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So it just needed to be translated. That's all. Anyway, so here, that's why Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is only giving in sutras, small sutras, right? Whatever was already said. Chaitanya Mangale Jaha Korila Varnana, Sutra Rupe Sei Lila Koriye Suchana. I'm just giving an indication of those pastimes in the form of sutras. I am therefore presenting only a synopsis of those events already described elaborately by Vrindavan Das Thakur in his Chaitanya Mangal, now known as Chaitanya Bhagavat. Those events which are already elaborately described, I'm going to give only a synopsis. Tara sutre achete ho na koilo varnana yatha kathanchit kori se lila kathana. Tara sutre ache teho na koilo varnana. Now, whatever has not been elaborated by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. Tara sutre ache teho na koilo varnana yatha kathanchit kori se lila kathana. Such a pastime, that pastime which has not been elaborated by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, that I am going to describe as it is, the whole lila. Some of the incidents he did not describe elaborately but only summarized. Tara Sutre Ache. So Vrindavan Das Thakur also, because why? Because he starts elaborating each and every pastime, then his book will become too bulky, right? So that's why in many places Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur says that out of fear of the books becoming too bulky, I'm not giving all the details. So the original first book written, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur's Chaitanya Bhagavat, there also certain things he gives as sutras. So he picks which ones he wants to elaborate, and certain things he just leaves in sutras. For example, that verse, Ishwarapuri says, he writes one book and he asks Nimai Pandit to correct it. And Nimai Pandit finds one mistake. So that detail of what that mistake was and how Srila Ishwarapuri proves that actually it's not a mistake. So those details are not given by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. He focused more on the pastime, the whole pastime. But the philosophical points, he didn't go into those details. So then Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami picks on that and then he elaborates on that. How he's right, like that. Same with the Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, that verse about Mukti Pade, right? He changes Bhagavatam words from Mukti Pade, he makes it Bhakti Pade. So then, like that. So those points, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami elaborates. So that means even in Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur's writings, some places are not elaborated. He just leaves them like a sutra and he just goes forward. So Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami picks on those and then he elaborates those. So that now Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Charitamrita, you combine together, you get a complete, you get a lot more, right? So he's very careful not to repeat that which is already elaborated, and he picks those things which are not elaborated and he elaborates those. So this shows the devotional mood, right? This should be the attitude of the devotee, to enhance, not to compete. Tara Sutre Ache, Teho Na Koilo Varnana. Tara means his, that Vrindavan Das Thakur Chaitanya Bhagavat. Sutre Ache, whatever is given in sutras. Teho Na Koilo Varnana, in that whatever is not elaborated. Jata Kathanchit, Yatha Kathanchit Kori Se Leela Kathana. As it is, I am going to describe that Leela Kathana in this book. Some of the incidents he did not describe elaborately but only summarized, and these I shall try to describe in this book. Atayeva Tarapaye Kori Namaskar. Therefore, because I am taking his remnants, this is Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's mood. I am taking the remnants left over by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. Atayeva, therefore, Tarapaye, at his lotus feet, Kori Namaskar, I am offering my obeisances. Tarapaya Aparadha Na Hau Kamar. I am praying that I may not commit any offense at his lotus feet, right? He may not take any offense by my attempt, by my endeavor, by this service. I am offering my obeisances, and I pray that there may not be any offense at his feet done by me. I thus offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of Vrindavan Das Thakur. I hope that I will not offend his lotus feet by this action. E Mata Mahaprabhu Chalila Nila Chale Chari Bhakta Sange Krishna Kirtana Kutuhale. So Mahaprabhu went with 4 devotees. Who were the 4 devotees? You remember that Advaita Acharya Prabhu sent with Mahaprabhu when he left Shantipur? Just read in the last chapter, you remember? 4 devotees. Don't remember.
Haridas Thakur, Mukunda,
No, not Haridas.
Okay,
Mukunda.
okay.
Mukunda, yes.
Chandrasekhar,
No,
Acharya.
Mataji. No.
Okay,
They were
then
there
maybe
before.
I'm saying
Yeah,
the before one. Okay,
correct.
sorry.
Yes, that is those who were there. They went there. This was Mahaprabhu's instruction that these devotees should come for the sannyas. So that was there. So now when he left Shantipur, Advaita Acharya sent Damodar Pandit, Jagadananda Pandit, Mukunda was there, and Nityananda Prabhu, of course. Nityananda Prabhu is always there with Mahaprabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu, Mukunda, they were there from before also. And in addition, now Jagadananda Pandit and Damodar Pandit went. So 4 devotees accompanied Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Jagannath Puri. A Mata Mahaprabhu Chalila Nilachale. So like this, Mahaprabhu started off to go to Nilachal. Chari Bhakta Sange Krishna Kirtana Kutuhale. And constantly he's doing Kirtana and he's going. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu proceeded toward Jagannath Puri with 4 of his devotees, and he chanted the holy name of the Lord, the Hare Krishna mantra, with great eagerness. भिक्खा लागी एक दिन एक ग्राम गिया आपने बहुत अन्न अनिला मागिया भिक्खा लागी एक दिन एक ग्राम गिया. So each day Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally went to a village and collected a great quantity of rice and other grains for the preparation of prasadam. So Mahaprabhu would personally go, right? Bhikha lagi, for prasadam, for bhiksha. In one day, he would go to one village, right? Once a day they go to, in a particular village, once they will go to ask for alms. Aapane bahut anna anila magiya. So when they would see Mahaprabhu, they would give so much, right? So much of rice and other vegetables. And Mahaprabhu would bring it back after begging. Each day Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally went to a village and collected a great quantity of rice and other grains for the preparation of prasadam. Bhikha lagi ekadina ekagrama giya. Apane bahut anna anila magiya. He would bring, after begging, he would bring a lot of grains, anna, rice, after begging. Okay, we'll continue tomorrow. I'll go to Mangalarti now. Thank you so much, dear devotees. Hare Krishna. Tomorrow also we'll do Chaitanya Charitamrita, and after that 2 days Chaitanya Bhagavat. Hare Krishna.
Mataji,
Hare
one
Hare Krishna,
question.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, can I recite instead of Mukti Bhakti?
No. Because
That's what he did.
Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said the same thing to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu's reason is actually mukti there, see, it depends on how you interpret it. The highest type of mukti is bhakti only, it is understood. So Bhagavatam is interpreted by Gyanis in a different way, by different people can interpret in different way. But what is the intent of the speaker? Who's speaking? Sukadev Goswami. Sukadev Goswami is a pure devotee. Why would he say mukti means going and merging into Brahman or some type of moksha? No, he talks about pure devotional service only. So Mahaprabhu said mukti means actually it's bhakti there. But Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, being an impersonalist before, he didn't even want to hear the word mukti. So he said, can I change it? And can I recite like that? No, but that becomes an offense, isn't it? Because this is offense. Why? Because these are the words of a pure devotee. You're changing the words of Bhagavatam. There's no need to do that, Mahaprabhu said. But you can certainly, when you're reciting mukti, whenever you say mukti,
Think about Bhakti.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Think about bhakti. Prabhupada also says
Okay.
in classes, what is mukti? The highest type of mukti is, because we often we say, right, you'll be delivered. What do you mean by deliverance? That means you'll be free from material conditions. Is that what we are talking about, mukti? No. Mukti means actually the highest type of mukti means bhakti only. So you understand, when you say mukti, you understand you're talking of bhakti only.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.